video. I got Neil with me from Talk About Town.
How's it
Neil,
going?
thank you for joining. What we're gonna do is break it down for you, what's going on in the real estate community. Just translate, because a lot of things are happening.
Yep.
Especially 2020. Things are going crazy. There's a lot of things in the internet, so it's our job to go over it and talk about it and trying to break it down. So let's see what we got here. Let's get started. New housing ordinance could protect former criminal homeless more. So I go to my meetings, my real estate meetings, because I'm a real estate investor, and I heard a lot of landlords keep making this outrage of the government is trying to take our freedom. The government trying to take our freedom. I'm like, what's going on? What is this? Apparently, the government, the Louisville Metro Council, is making a new ordinance, if you will call it, of landlords not denying Section 8.
Mm-hmm. And there's other classes
Yeah.
where they're talking about homeless,
Right.
and veterans, and even people with arrest and eviction
Arrest and
history.
conviction history. And I'm not familiar with Section 8. I've never been a landlord myself.
Mhm.
You have any experience?
I am a new investor, actually.
New investor.
I
There
am
you
a
go.
landlord now. However,
Mhm.
I do have someone managing the property for me.
Right.
So I don't have my hands in the day-to-day work of it, but this will affect me as well.
Right.
If this goes through.
Yeah, because I wonder how that worked. Like, the government is telling you who to put in your house.
Yeah.
Will you say?
Well, there's a section in the article, the one I have up about it, and it says their mission statement is to help folks. That's not a bad thing, but they're making private citizens do the lifting on this.
Right.
Why do I not have a say
Right.
in who I let live in my house?
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I guess what they trying to do is say everybody got a right. Well, they try to make housing. I believe they try to make housing a human right.
Right.
Where no matter who you are, what you've done.
Which it should be.
Right.
Everybody needs a place to stay.
Right.
They really do.
Right. But they try to do it on a private owner expense.
Exactly.
So
and honestly, if they're going to make people, they should incentivize it, I would think.
Right.
If you do this, we'll give you this. If it's a tax rebate, if it whatever it is.
Exactly.
But rather than just a force, we don't need more government in our lives.
Right. I mean, we already got enough of that, right?
We've got plenty.
They everywhere in our pocket. They even got to cryptocurrency. I was doing cryptocurrency, and it was like big because it's free from the government. Well, the government taking that, and now
they said,
it went all the way
this
down.
is too much. I got to get my hands on it.
Yeah.
I'm a realtor. An agent is my day job with Smith & Wilson Realty, and I had a cash buyer buy a really pretty lush home last year or the year before, I don't remember which.
Right.
And when I was asking him about financing and everything, he said, "No, I'm paying cash." And he said, I am a millionaire because of Bitcoin." He did really well. Now that's not the only reason. Right. And he does have something else very big going. But that kind of made him instant millionaire. He timed it really well, and
there you go.
Knew what he was, or I don't know if he knew what he was doing, but he was able to make the right decision at the right time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get into it, but I got into the hype. When it was like popular and didn't turn out so well. So now I'm in here, in real estate.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm gonna try real estate. So according to one investor, he said it's gonna put down the neighborhood. It's gonna bring down the property value. I'm assuming, my speculation, the reason why he said that is because what type of people is going to be in the neighborhoods. So that's what the government trying to do. Like, Section 8, I think, as far as I know, is only for houses that not in a fancy neighborhood or.
Well, normally, but some landlords like Section 8 because you get paid by the government.
You don't think this is a good thing?
They're on time.
Yeah.
But I guess they're scared of, if you don't have any or not much skin in the game, hey, I got a free place to stay. Who cares if I put my cigarettes out on the floor?
Right.
I don't know. There should be some ownership there,
right.
And there's all these issues that are so. There's so many different sides to it and facets than just saying, you got to let anybody in. That's not the way to do it. I think we, as a nation, we're so into black and white now.
Right.
Where everything is that gray. Well, yes, if I do this, then this happens.
Exactly.
And you've got to look at the different sides of things. It's
right.
not all these issues are not one-sided issues.
I came across this article that was made today. It actually came out today as of January 7th. Petition for 2030, a government takeover of rental housing. It's saying, let's see here. The United States may see the national private rental housing by the end of the decade. They saying that the government is trying to take over housing, where, as I predicted, a human right. So basically, no matter who you are, it actually say here, it's the government obligation to guarantee that everyone can exercise this right to live in a security, peace, and dignity. Let's see here. Their emergency, United States. We'll find one. So basically, the government is trying to, I guess, so-called do their job and trying to,
right.
But at the same time, how many people landlords will be affected by this?
Right.
Well,
I fully believe everyone needs a place to stay, but you can't legislate everyone into a house.
Right.
You can give opportunities, but someone that's never going to pay on time, they still need to be evicted.
Yeah.
Someone that is unstable for whatever reason, you can't just say you have free right to stay wherever unless you own that place. So if it's some kind of government housing or subsidized housing, have at it.
Right.
But that term "not in my backyard," I think that's what scares a lot of people too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have those people, whatever those are for whoever it is, in my neighborhood now. That is another side of it too.
Right.
Sure, people deserve housing, but not in my backyard.
So far as I get from social media, it's like this right here created like a somewhat civil war. You got a pro Section 8 and an anti Section 8. The pro Section 8 saying, why are landlords worried about this? Like, only person that should be worried about this are slumlord. What do you say to that? Like, because I know Section 8, I believe, Section 8, they make you fix up the properties. It has to be up to standards. And there's some landlords that buy property and they put up makeup on the house just to rent it out to anybody, or just rent it out. So
I don't think
this may like I don't know, force landlords to pay more money on properties.
Right. But if it makes a standard of how you have to keep a house if you're willing, that's okay.
Right.
I'm a new investor. I don't want to have a crappy place.
Right.
I'm providing a service for
Right.
pay.
There you go.
So
I always believe if you wouldn't put your mom in it, why would you put anybody else in the property? I don't know. That's just, I know I'm not supposed to have an opinion, but that's just my opinion.
And we all got opinions, right?
Yeah.
But just kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
You get a pro Section 8 and an anti Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have a representative or a team of representatives from each side and talk about the issues and why it's a good or bad thing, and what do we propose that can help or hurt?
There you go. There's a pros and cons to everything right now.
There is.
So it seems like this already been somewhat a thing in other states. It's just that Louisville is getting caught wind of this. There's a state that already banned the use of credit score to rent. Seattle have abolished the ability to check for criminal records and have mandated that the first person to appear must be allowed to rent a unit.
Wow.
Taking away any discretion from the property owner.
I had not heard that.
So they coming.
Yep.
It being spread like wildfire.
We just take
Yeah,
it.
Louisville.
Can you pay?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, well come on and live in
This
my
is a
house.
real thing, guys. So it's like,
come live in my house.
Right.
We'll see if you can pay or not. The bank's going to expect their mortgage if you've got a mortgage on it.
Mhm.
They're not going to take into consideration that your renter is dry.
Let's see. As these interventions fail to produce the outcome officials seek, they will only be widened to the point that anyone who wants a unit would have to be given one, regardless of credit, eviction history, criminal background, or even ability to pay.
Then it needs, if the government's making those rules, I believe that they need to provide the housing. They're
Right. Let's see here. No evictions. Yeah, so this already a thing. They just trying to make it nationwide. So, as a landlord, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of landlords that not going to want to deal with this. I think they're going to put their property on the market and just get out the business. It comes down to it.
My guess is that the actual issues will not be on the scale of big time outrage. I don't think it's time to sell right today. For one, it's only proposed right now anyway.
Right. So, yeah, they did make a petition here. Let's see here. Yep. They made a petition to hold it off until the first or second quarter of 2020.
Right.
So what do you think is going to happen? You think this ordinance is going to pass through? If so, what would happen? I think it's just going to make it difficult. I think they can discriminate, but basically they're going to have to prove, do a lot of paperwork of why they deny that person.
Yes, and that's what we need is more paperwork.
Yeah.
Definitely need as much paperwork as possible.
There you go. There you go.
I know as an agent, we have lots of paperwork, and what you do, you've got even more.
Right.
Well, so
these auctions, there's a lot of work if you want to do it the correct way. So, yeah, I don't know. I
don't know. I think it will present some issues. Now, is a homeless guy going to show up on the doorstep of a rental property out in Goshen and say, "Hey, I'm moving in"?
Maybe the way this is going,
probably not. But that's what I think the people are scared of. But I doubt it goes like that. But who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Freedom, government. Uncle Sam saying, "Hey,
we need freedom."
They're gonna make a housing You know how border security, like government entities, you don't have something. I think it'd be best if the government just buy house
Yes.
from owners
Yes.
and just do it that way.
Yep. Buy them out.
There you go.
If you want to make the rules, play with your money.
There you go.
And you know the government, they never give up control that they get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think when the show of force at the airports that we have these days that we didn't used to have, they're not going to dismantle that
Right.
and just say, okay, well that was fun. If anything changes, it's going to be more restrictive.
Yeah.
And same with this.
I see on this article right here. Yep. They say we'll call it the Bureau of Housing Security.
Huh.
That's funny. It say this is where we headed as a country, a government housing system driven by resentment, entitlement, and political power instead of abundance, opportunity, risk, and reward. Will a system like this make a life better for people who need housing? How do we stop this from happening? Protest?
I don't know.
Vote?
Make your voice heard. You know,
There you
that's
go.
because I recently learned of this. I haven't made any calls.
Right.
So if I
Yeah,
if
you're
I
new.
could,
You know
maybe
this.
I
You
need
think
to
like,
make
oh, this.
some call. Yeah.
Hey, I just got into this game. What are we doing here? You know,
Yeah.
I want to play Monopoly, but now you changing the rules on me.
Right.
Like,
and you know, and this is a local ordinance, not some federal legislation. You've got people's ears easier at the smaller scale you get to.
right.
So, you know, calling on this, you'll probably be able to make a little bit more noise than writing a letter to your senator or something.
Right. Exactly. So, what else you got for us, Neil?
On this subject,
What
or
we got? I believe
got?
Zillow.
Other one, Zillow, the iBuyer stuff.
Yeah. So, what's going on with that? I keep hearing Zillow's gonna take over the world when it comes down to real estate. Basically, possibly replacing agents and brokers. And you are an agent yourself. What do you say to that?
I am.
Because
Well,
now you can buy and sell real estate, and now they're making it to the point where Zillow will buy for you or do all the work.
Zillow
Have
will
their
buy
own
it for
agent.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea is you get on Zillow's website, you give them your address, they'll give you a cash offer and close when you want to. You don't have to show your home, you don't have to clean it up, you don't have to do the touch-up paint, all that kind of stuff. Now, first, before we kind of get into it, I'm sure there are situations when that is perfect for somebody.
Right.
I'm sure there are.
Right.
But, you know, even in these transactions, they use agents who earn a commission, and they are not a charity organization. They're in it to make money. So they are not going to give you what your house is worth on the market. Absolutely. They're going to account for the agent fees, the closing costs, all that stuff, and more for them.
Well, Neil, that sounds like wholesale.
Yeah,
Is that what Zillow doing here?
essentially.
Is that where we at now? With Zillow? Damn. What that means for us, for wholesalers. We talk about agents, Zillow replacing agents. They might replace wholesalers as well.
Possibly. See, now, we chatted about this a little yesterday, the thing about agents being replaced by Zillow.
Right.
At one time, the real estate agents had a book of all the listings. This is pre-internet.
Right.
If you wanted to buy a house, you had to get with an agent and see what they're, or drive around and look at signs.
Right.
And now, with the convenience of the internet, we're not the gatekeepers of the data.
Right.
But we don't have to be. But what we offer is guidance and expertise in doing this the right way. You know, some people sell 100 houses a year themselves because they're an investor. They don't need an agent to make sure that they're doing everything to maximize their investment.
Right.
Probably. But a lot of people sell 1 or 2 houses in their life. And it's a legal transaction. You know, you have to have the documents written up by a lawyer. You can't just go with a briefcase of money and put it in there and start living there. That's not how it works.
Exactly. And I think when it comes down to, because I've been in real estate for 2 years, and, you know, I think when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's all about dealing with emotions. There's a lot of emotions when it comes down to buying a house, selling a house.
Absolutely.
I don't think no computer or system can replace that.
No.
So,
well, I wrote a blog recently for our brokerage. The CEO of Zillow
right.
sold his home for something like 60% of what the Zestimate was on Zillow. So,
Zestimate.
yeah.
That's, I believe Zestimate, like you put a blindfold on and you spin around and throw the dot and trying to hit the target. Yeah. I mean, and it's way off.
Occasionally they'll be close.
That's how I see Zestimate.
Yeah, occasionally they're closer right on, but not enough to be able to use it as any measure of the worth of any house.
Right.
Because you just don't know. You've got to do the research yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing an agent does. They look with eyes. They say, well, this one has this set up. The floor plan's different in this one, and people will pay more for that or less.
Exactly.
And Zillow typically, you know, it is an automated model that will price a home, and there's just too many variables to account for. Some of them unknown.
Right.
You know, I've gone into a house and been shocked at the condition of it inside. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you know, take Amazon for instance. If I'm going to buy toilet paper and I don't want to go to the store, Amazon is a perfectly legitimate place to buy toilet paper.
I'm surprised Amazon is not in real estate. Wait a minute.
They're getting in it. They're getting in it.
See? I jinxed it.
Yep. They're getting in it.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Amazon everywhere with the groceries and everything. What about real estate? Oh, Amazon getting to that too?
Well, yeah. Amazon's going to, I think the stars on the flag will be replaced by little smiles eventually, the little arrow smiles.
Exactly.
They're gonna
Amazon taking over the world.
Yep. But you know, their business model is convenience.
Right.
But if I'm buying a big ticket item, chances are I'm gonna want to see it and compare it. You know, I mean, heck, a nice mattress, for crying out loud, is a few $1,000s. I'm not gonna just order it on Amazon and hope that I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm gonna seek out a mattress dealer and say, this is what I like. Let me try some out. So that, you know, there's a place for all this. I don't think it will put all agents out of business. Will it put lazy or bad agents out of business? Maybe. Yeah. Possibly.
So basically, you got to step your game up. Agents.
Yeah. I mean, an agent. I think agents get kind of a bad name sometimes, being lumped in with like used car salesmen, and some of them are like that, but not all. You know, I do my best to make buying or selling a house a great and easy experience for people. And that's what it needs to be. It's not, you need to take care of people, you need to communicate.
It's all about solving problems, right?
It is.
That's it.
You've got, and as an agent, you've got a fiduciary responsibility to your client where you put their needs ahead of your own. And people don't always do that. You know,
some people, agents and investors get into real estate for the money. They don't care about the people. And it shows. Yeah. You know, it shows. So.
Well, here's something a little example. I was helping some buyers. This was late 2019. It's very recent. And we were looking in an area of town with fairly moderately priced homes. And what we were seeing within their budget were okay. There was a for sale by owner in their price range. And we went to look. and it was amazing. For what they wanted to spend, you could not have gotten any better. And the more that I found out about it and the way he priced it and all that, I believe he had a home equity loan done. They did probably just a drive-by appraisal, gave it a price. That was the sales price. He didn't want to give up more money by using an agent for a commission, so he put it on the market for that price. Now, the problem, and I told my buyers this, I definitely didn't let him know, he was saving a few $1,000s and giving up tens of thousands of dollars because that house was worth way more than he sold it for. So the same thing in the Zillow, if you're going to go by their estimates or what they give you because you want to save a few $1,000s, you really may be giving up tens or even hundreds, in some cases thousands of dollars, especially coastal and big cities. A percentage difference or a few percent, it's a lot of money.
It is.
It's just not.
Leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, he really did, and I was absolutely ecstatic for my buyers because they got a really good house. This guy had
not bad. I would be dancing.
This guy
everything
had done a lot of work to it and done really good. It was a great house. There was no ill will. The whole deal went great. He just could have sold it for more, but I was glad we got it.
There you go.
And I think you're venturing out into that territory,
right? Because
you're basically selling it to an investor. That's why they're buying it.
Right. Now, it just dawned on me. When I call a seller, and she's like, "Oh, well, talk to my agent." I'm like, "Okay, a real estate agent." And all of a sudden, I got a text message to say, "Hey, this is so and so. You asked about this house." And he's like, "When would be a good time to call?" Well, I told him this would be a good time to call. Turns out it's a Zillow agent. I don't like, and it sounds so like one of those customer service. You know what I'm talking about?
Do they work for Zillow or
they work
for
a
Zillow Premier agent? Which there's a difference. I believe there's both. So Zillow. So here's one thing we didn't mention either.
Okay.
The iBuyer program is not in Louisville yet.
Okay.
It's not in Kentucky. Sure, it's coming.
But stay away. Stay out of here.
Stay away. But the Zillow model, in some places, Zillow is a brokerage, that it has brokers and sales agents.
Okay.
So
do you got to be like? Are they licensed?
Yeah, you have to be. So they have a brokerage in some places, a licensed brokerage.
Right.
So that now my guess, but I don't know, is maybe their agents are then making a salary rather than a commission. So the problem with that is who is going to work their tail off when the minimum will get them the same dollar? The very
That's a good
minimum will
question.
get you the same dollar. That's the thing about paying a commission. It's true for all kinds of stuff. You get what you pay for.
You do.
You really do. The Premier agent stuff, that is, you'll look up a house on Zillow or some interested buyer, and you look down on the side and it says contact agent. Well, I want some information. I'm going to contact agent. And they'll have 3 sitting there. Sometimes one of them is the listing agent, and sometimes none of them are the listing agent.
Right.
A lot of times you're just contacting an agent. Now, how do you get to be that agent? By giving Zillow money. So you're going to go take care of that transaction, but you're going to give up a lot of your money too. And what a lot of people don't realize, they think, oh, I'll call the list agent, they can show it for me. You don't want to do that.
No.
The list agent works for the seller. Why would you have someone with this a fiduciary contract to get the best deal for the seller working for you? Don't call the list agent. I don't care if it's any whatever situation it is.
Right.
If you don't have an agent and you just want to go see a house, there are plenty of thirsty buyer agents that'll show anyone any house anytime.
Oh yeah, they are.
You can find them.
They are. Yeah. So there you go, Zillow.
They're coming for us.
They're coming, exactly. Just like the government, Zillow is right behind them. Well, yeah. So moving on, you heard about Trump killing the general of Iran, and now there's everybody on these generation today make memes with a possible war and people making memes. So what does this mean? See, I've been in real estate for 2 years, and I don't know what happens when war begins and war start or possible wars. Like, what do people do when this happens? Do they sell or?
We've been at war for 20 years though.
Yeah,
almost. And honestly, my prediction, but not, don't bank on this, is probably little will happen, because I think it's been so long since we've had bloodshed on our soil that we look at war as just something that happens over there.
Gotcha.
So
I came across this article. It's a war with Iran. Here's what that could mean for the U.S. housing market. Let's see here. A war would certainly push down mortgage interest rates and would probably affect home prices and the number of sales, with the extent of the impact dependent on the severity and expected duration of the conflict.
So, push down mortgage prices, which normally means prices increase, sales price increases in that environment. Right. Which means, unfortunately, we're kind of in that situation already. So it would be to the extreme. Mortgage rates are very low right now. Right. And
prices, I think, what is that? Like 4 point something?
You can get better than 4 in some cases.
Really?
Yeah. And then I think I did a market update video today actually, and prices are up 5% over last year. So, and that's 1 year, and 5%. When you name your dollar amount, it gets to be pretty significant.
Right.
It pushes the mortgage rate and the sales price affect your buying power and can push you up or down into what you can afford to buy. Right. So if it's squeezed even more, you'll have an even tighter seller's market and people fighting for houses. Yeah. When credit's easy to get.
There you go. According to the senior economist George, a potential war with Iran would make Americans less likely to buy a home, says Realtor.com. It increases uncertainty about the future.
Well,
I would say
now that's opposite then, right?
Right.
Fewer buyers, better for other buyers.
Right.
So
as the real estate investors.
Yep. So. And I know that. I know, as a new investor, I have been looking at it for a long time, and you're not going to find a deal on the MLS right now. You may find value within certain places, right? But for the stuff to really be lucrative, that stuff is gone before it ever gets to the MLS. So if it gets even tighter, that's bad. But if it gets better, you
Right.
know, so much of this stuff's cyclical.
We got a lot going on in 2020.
Yeah,
Like election is coming up,
I
and
guess.
now possible war. Yeah, I'm really wondering what how the market where we at, but it'll go
Well,
like you
I
say.
you, in
Right.
in the Great Recession of
Mm,
several years ago,
mm,
home prices in some places what took astronomical losses. In Louisville, not as much. It's more stable, but it did. It definitely did.
right.
So what did investors do? They bought all those cheap homes.
It is.
It's just, if you're an investor, that's just a Black Friday for houses.
Right from itself.
Yeah.
Have a long, except for the long lines, right? Well, it could be long lines. Like buyers is waiting or fighting over this property. But yeah, that's all I got to cover. You got anything?
No, that's it. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. This is episode 1. Episode 1, room to grow.
Yep.
The video will get better.
Do you remember what I said yesterday about just putting it out there?
Yeah.
Implement
first and profession later, right?
Yep, that's right.
There you go. So, more to come. We're gonna bring you more news, more real estate news, and break it down and speculate and give it our 2 cents.
Sounds good.
So, Neil, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ray.
I'm looking forward to having you more on these episodes.